Dreams have always been a source of mysteries and secret messages that our subconscious mind sends us in moments of uncertainty in life. Sometimes they reflect our fears, desires, or experiences, but it also happens that a dream becomes a warning about upcoming events. This is especially true for financial issues, as money occupies an important place in everyone's life. The subconscious mind, detecting the slightest alarm signals, can warn us in advance about possible financial losses by transmitting information through dreams. However, such signs are not always taken seriously, and that is why it is important to learn how to recognize them. One of the most common harbingers of financial difficulties is dreams of falling money or losing coins. If in a dream a person sees money slipping out of his hands, scattering on the ground, falling through his fingers, or being blown away by a gust of wind, this may symbolize a drain on finances in real life. Such a vision often warns of unreasonable expenses, mistakes in money management, or impending shortfall. For example, if a person sees in a dream how he loses a wallet with money and then cannot find it, this may indicate the risk of financial losses in the near future. Sometimes such a dream comes to those who lead a careless lifestyle in relation to their money, spending it on unnecessary things or forgetting to control expenses. Another disturbing sign is dreams of empty wallets or wallets. If a person dreams that he opens a wallet and sees that there's nothing inside, this may be a signal of impending financial difficulties or a feeling of lack of resources. In real life, this can manifest itself as an unexpected shortage of money, delayed payments, or sudden expenses that a person did not expect. An empty wallet in a dream symbolizes not only a physical lack of funds, but also an inner sense of instability, fear of poverty, and uncertainty about the future. Sometimes such a dream may reflect internal emotional exhaustion when a person feels devalued or is experiencing difficulties related to self-esteem and a sense of self-worth. Dreams in which money turns out to be lost or forgotten can also serve as harbingers of financial troubles. For example, if a person puts money in his pocket in a dream and then discovers that it is not there, this may symbolize inefficient financial management, carelessness, or risky financial decisions that will lead to losses. It is especially disturbing if in a dream a person sees that he has left a wallet or money in some place and cannot remember them. This may hint that in real life he is missing important financial opportunities or making wrong decisions that will lead to material losses. Sometimes you may have problems with your bank or credit cards in your sleep. This can manifest itself in various forms. For example, a person dreams that his bank card is not working, an ATM refuses to issue money, or the account suddenly becomes empty. Such stories can warn of impending financial problems, such as the inability to pay a loan, the risk of losing your job, or a lack of funds to cover important expenses. If a person experiences a feeling of anxiety or anxiety related to the bank in a dream, it may mean that in real life he already subconsciously feels instability in his money affairs, but is not yet aware of it on a conscious level. Another symbol that can indicate financial problems is bags of money that do not bring joy. At first glance, it may seem that such a dream, on the contrary, symbolizes prosperity and success. But if a person in a dream feels anxious when seeing bags of money, or realizes that he cannot use them, this may be a warning that even the available financial resources are not satisfying. Such a vision may indicate a deep fear of losing money, uncertainty about the future, and lack of financial stability. A person who has a similar dream may be in a situation where he earns enough, but at the same time feels an inner fear of being left without funds, or feels that his material well-being depends on unreliable factors. Dreams that warn of financial difficulties can manifest themselves in a variety of forms, and it is important to be able to recognize their meanings. The subconscious mind always strives to protect a person, giving him the opportunity to prepare for future changes. Those who closely monitor their dreams may notice warning signs in advance and take steps to avoid serious financial problems. Dreams that warn of financial difficulties can be an important signal that you should pay attention to. It is no coincidence that the subconscious mind sends a person disturbing symbols associated with the loss of money, an empty wallet, or the inability to receive funds. Such visions reflect not only inner fears, but also the real circumstances that are already taking shape in life, even if the person is not yet aware of them. In order to correctly interpret such dreams and use them to your advantage, you need to understand what financial habits can manifest themselves in the subconscious and how to correct them. Many people who have difficulty with money actually follow the same patterns for years, but they don't notice them. For example, a tendency to spontaneous spending, an unwillingness to keep records of income and expenses, a fear of investment, or a fear of financial responsibility can all be reflected in dreams. If such images appear regularly, this is a reason to think it may be worth reconsidering your attitude to money, starting to manage your finances more consciously, and getting rid of bad habits that lead to losses. Dreams can be used as a self-diagnostic tool that helps identify possible problems in advance. If a person often dreams that they are losing money, facing financial difficulties, or unable to find their savings, this is a reason to analyze their current situation. It's important to ask yourself the following questions. Am I spending more than I earn? Am I neglecting financial planning? Am I ignoring the alarm signals in real life, hoping that everything will work itself out somehow? Sometimes dreams do not indicate the very fact of financial problems, but rather a person's attitude towards money. Perhaps he is afraid of wealth, feels unworthy of wealth, or experiences inner tension due to the need to earn. In such cases, you need not only to work with real finances, but also to change the underlying attitudes that prevent you from achieving material well-being. If disturbing symbols are repeated in dreams, it is important to take concrete steps to improve your financial situation. First of all, it is necessary to take control of your income and expenses, learn conscious financial behavior, and stop hoping for randomness. If a person does not keep records of their money, it is worth making a habit of recording all expenses, even the most insignificant ones. This will help identify holes in the budget and avoid unnecessary expenses. If an empty wallet regularly appears in your dreams, it may be worth considering creating a financial airbag that protects you from unexpected expenses. Dreaming about lost money may indicate a lack of care in money matters. In this case, it is useful to check your accounts, review your financial plans, and make sure that no important payments are missed. If you dream that your bank card is not working or your account is suddenly empty, you may want to be more careful with debts, loans, or risky investments. One of the most effective ways to protect yourself from financial difficulties is to work with an inner attitude. Money is closely related to energy, and if a person feels negative emotions about it, it can affect his real financial situation. Many people are afraid of money, perceive it as a source of problems, or are convinced that wealth comes from hard work and brings only worries. Such attitudes are formed from childhood, under the influence of the environment, and often imperceptibly control behavior. If there are regular scenes of losses, bankruptcy, or lack of funds in dreams, this may be a signal of deep-seated limiting beliefs that prevent a person from getting rich. To change the situation, you can use meditations and affirmations aimed at attracting prosperity and eliminating fears. For example, repeating positive attitudes like "money comes to me easily and freely," "I know how to manage my finances," "I deserve prosperity and prosperity," helps to reprogram the subconscious and change the attitude towards money. It is important not just to passively wait for changes, but to carefully monitor the signs that appear in life and act. If dreams warn of financial difficulties, this does not mean that trouble is inevitable. On the contrary, it is a chance to take timely action and prevent problems. You need to pay attention to small hints that may indicate future difficulties: delays in payments, unexpected fines, difficulties in generating income, sudden changes in working conditions. All of these may be early signals that, if ignored, will lead to serious losses. The most effective way to avoid financial problems is to prepare for them in advance. If dreams warn of risks, it is worth creating a reserve fund, reviewing the budget, reducing unnecessary expenses, and developing an action plan in case of unforeseen circumstances. Lucidity in dreams is a powerful tool that can help you avoid many problems, including financial ones. The subconscious mind always strives to protect a person, and if he learns to listen to his signals, he will be able to predict events in advance and adjust his behavior. Paying attention to the signs that the mind sends in a dream allows you not only to avoid material losses, but also to change your attitude towards money, gain confidence in your abilities, and create a stable financial future. Have you ever dreamed of something like this? Maybe you have some kind of story related to a prophetic dream? Do you believe in prophetic dreams? Write in the comments. If you like this video, please like it and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you soon.